What's going on, everybody? It's CryptoVision here, back again with another crypto market update. Today's video, we're going to be checking out FLR. So if you like today's video, hit that like button, subscribe for more. Let's get into it. So we have FLR here on the daily chart. We can zoom out to the weekly. Why not? Let's see if everything's there. Yep, let's zoom out to the weekly. Made this video back in early December, or cover this, put all these levels back on early December. They've shown to definitely be like down through here, definitely be viable. Right, a little bit leaking out on the bottom area. So, in terms of where we at for the levels, the way the channel operates is red is retracement slash lower levels. Yellow is, they're there for resistance levels, areas of interest for, rejection when moving to the upside. And then purple is that 786, that very large resistance level. Get above the purple and we're targeting, green, the all the way from 3 cents all the way up to 4 cents. In terms of where FLR is at and where it can go, FLR can go and do a great deal, especially to the upside. It's an $868 million asset, so it's not tiny, but it's not over $1 billion. So these are the levels that we're working with. As always, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. These are just my levels. These are my ideas. Please do your own research and make sure you have, a decisive, disciplined decision when you're doing so. And if you're interested in how I manage my trades, how I manage my portfolio, I'm going to link a clip of a foundational video in the comments. It's about 2 minutes long. Check it out if you're interested. But as always, let's get back to the price action. So price action is king on this channel. We really look at price action. I do use indicators for, looking at whether or not a reversal there's a potential reversal hitting. I do have that option through the Patreon on Discord where indicators and through TradingView are set up for Patreon members. FLR did flash an indicator for a potential buy. Right? We're looking at this. Let's get rid of this. Right? Let's get rid of this. So you have double bullish divergence all the way coming from August of 2024. Okay, August of 2024. You have another green dot. You're attempting to move and groove and break out. Not attempt to break out, but your indicators are showing there is some momentum building, right? You have this decaying of bearish momentum. Okay, you have a potential. Do we have any bullish divergence? We do not, but it's a steady decline, right? One concern I have is if you attempt, right, not you, but if FLR attempts to attack this moving average on this RSI on the weekly, it needs to defeat and it needs to backtest. Okay, this is going to look like a 1-2 setup on the charts. Okay, 1-2 setup on the charts. In terms of where we're at right now, I'm going to move this. I'm not going to move it. I'm just going to change its color because it acted as some resistance. And then, we're going to, in terms of, this is an area too. There's a lot of areas to discuss whether or not this is the low. Pardon me, I'm sorry about that. That's the low of FLR. There is, the lower it goes, if look at this correction and tell me, that there's a ton of resistance. There's not a ton of resistance through here. There's not. It was pretty much straight down. But when you do this and you bounce, reject, bounce, try to hold, bounce, come back down, bounce. When you're back testing both areas, they become resistance. That's how it works. Okay, it attempted to reverse, it attempted to back test, and nothing happened. It fell through. Okay, so in terms of the levels, I'm going to leave these levels as where they are. I will add this just to make sure that we're going to add this right here, just because that is the wicking low. There's no setup right now. As of yet. There's not. We could go on the daily and see whether or not this is set up. I do want to make sure these are visibility. Perfect. Right, there's no visible 1-2 setup so far. As of right now, this does look, you got 3 waves down. Right, you got this A, okay, you got this B, and you got a C. Or you have which I like even more. I mean, this is this looks like a very complex correction. Honestly, this looks like this entire range looks like a correction. So let's kind of dive in a little bit more again, right? So you definitely have an A wave through here. Okay, you have that ABC down, and you almost have a three-wave move, right? You have this up, you have this A wave, you have this B, and then you have this 5-leg move up. You have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, you have a 1, 2, A, B, C. That's your fourth, and that's your fifth. Okay, so that's a double correction, right? A double B wave correction, which is totally normal, especially when you go up in 5 like this. That is corrective in nature. Okay, and then you got your final flush out of your C wave. In all seriousness, this could be your A, B, C of your C wave. Okay, so overall you have A, B, C, a complex C wave, and I do think this is an A, B, C. I know I didn't draw it very good. A, B, C, 3-wave move. So at the very least, we need a 3-wave move up. I gotta even zoom out. You need like an A, B, C. Right? That could be the next extension. Okay? So overall, right, this thing has been correcting since really February of 2024. Almost 2 years, almost a 2-year correction. It could be longer. This is Coinbase, right? All the exchanges have different time frames. That's why it's all ugly and, disgusting and easily manipulated. Every exchange has different price, different, indication levels, different price levels. I'm using Coinbase. Someone could be using, I don't even know if it could be listed on Kraken. It could be listed on Blowfin, Binance, you name it, it could be there. But from what I'm looking at, that's what it looks like. In terms of what we're going to be checking out, we're going to be looking at, so in terms of the correction wise, right, if we take a low to a high, this has come down past the 1. Okay, but what about this? I do want to check this out, this low to high, because this would be the overall correction that the C wave is going through. It did pass the 1-to-1 extension. So it passed the 1-to-1 extension. I don't think it's going down to 0.004 cents. I don't think it's going down through there. You always got to have, I like having 3 at least, the minimum, 3 levels to the downside. I do. It's just maybe I'm OCD. I'm weird like that. Could be. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure, let me see through here, that 382 is at 28 cents. It's just because you got that double B wave, so I know these levels aren't lining up, but this is that first correction we need to get through, because it was methodical, right? This was methodical, so there's going to be definitely some areas of resistance, just like this. That line was so terrible, I'm so sorry. That's a pretty significant line of resistance. What about right through here at this 69197? Sometimes it plays a very large role. And this 0.5 is very large as well. Okay, so look, you got 3 lines of resistance that you need to overcome. And, as always, this will be updated in the Discord for Patreon members. Charts, there's a exclusive chart update, so you don't have to keep, waiting for videos. This will be updated, and the signal did go off for flare on the buy side signal with the price. So like I said, if this is attempting to, there's 2 areas that needs to get above. It needs to get above the sell side wall right here, and it needs to get above the moving average. So there's a double entendre it needs to get through. But without further ado, let's go into the daily. Let's check it out. If you're liking today's video, please like the video, subscribe if you're not. Helps out the channel a ton. It's free for you. And if you like it, let me know. If you don't, let me know. I like the good, bad, the ugly. It don't hurt my feelings, I promise. In terms of the correction, yeah, there's no 1-2 setup. This 1-2 was invalidated. Close down below termination point. Close down below through here. So it's invalidated. So there's no current 1-2 setup. This is pretty ugly down through here as well. That is pretty ugly. It does look like it kind of wants to either retest and take out the lows, right? Or even come down one more. I know things are looking bullish. I know it does look like it wants to move up, but when you're getting this stagnation, when you're getting something like this, we can go look at maybe something similar. It is going sideways, which we haven't really gone sideways. So there's always room for interpretation. Something like this possibly. This is less sideways. I mean, it is still sideways. Something like through here. Right, kind of came up in 3, down in 3, and then you're looking to come up. You come up in 3. Maybe you're gonna come down in 3, possibly. I'm gonna mark that. I'm gonna put a little. We'll put a little pattern in here to make sure that we have an idea, because it is pretty ugly. It is pretty ugly in terms of the impulse, right? I mean, you got a 1, 2, A, B, C, but that wouldn't even work. That wouldn't work because this can't come down below this, right? Because this, it's ugly. It's ugly. It's not something where I would rely on. This is pretty unreliable, in terms of what I typically like to look at and use when entering a trade and exiting a trade, things of that nature. Let's do this. Let's bring this up to here. Because if we invert it, then we got something like this. We got this triangle pattern. Something down through here as well. This will be that first line. Right there. All right, close down below that. Probably, close up above that. And we're looking good. I can move this right to there. Okay, little triangle pattern. Didn't hurt anybody, but it does look, when you test this top portion, you already have one hit. Okay, so you came up 1, 1, 2, 2, come up on that third, come down for that third. Maybe you come down this way. Maybe you come down this way, but for the most part, right? For the most part, when this bounces down through here and does this, that next leg up is, I mean, it's crypto though. It's crypto. Nothing really seems to play out the way that probabilities would expect. But yeah, we got this little pattern. Like I said, it'll be updated on the Discord, so you don't have to be looking for another video or waiting for another video. So that's kind of the idea for that. In terms of the daily, yes, you have bullish divergence, sell side wall that we drew a long time ago. You are breaking out of the sell side wall once again. You did it right here. You did it right here. Did it right here. Rejected right there. It's been pretty significant, right? It's been pretty significant. Can we hold? Can we hold and go? That'll be determined in the next couple of days, especially with the FOMC news later this week. You are getting a cross on the daily. You are getting a cross on the daily on the MACD. That does look good. That looks good, right? Don't use it for downward pressure, right? Get above. Is it actually? Let me zoom in. It's not that I'm blind. It's just I'm blind, partially blind. Yeah. It's if you close today with this momentum, it is a lagging indicator. So just keep that in mind as well. The Fu Manchu, right? This is a free indicator. It's right through here. You do not need to pay for it. Fu Manchu. You have some bearish divergence. I mean, obviously this has just been pretty bearish. You have bullish. Sorry, not bearish and bullish divergence. Momentum. You have bearish momentum. Down through here, you have bullish momentum. This is bearish divergence, right? Possible signs of reversal, bullish divergence, things of that nature. So what we're looking at now is just your bullish divergences, right? So you have multiple bullish divergences on the daily time frame. So this is the Fu Manchu. It's completely free. I like it. It's more colorful. It's more interactive. MACD is great. I don't mind the MACD. It's just by itself, I don't know, just a little bit boring. So overall, that's what I got for the daily on Flare. Getting a little bit of a green, but like I said, you have red on you got a red dot on the 4 hour, not really coinciding with anything in terms of this being a 1-2. This is not a 1-2. I mean, that's not it. So that's nothing, because you came down here, closed down below through here, termination point up through here, not valid. Because if you need, if you needed continuation, right, you needed a 1, 2, you needed like a 3 to come up here, 4, 5, and then come down. Okay, but this is still valid. That's still valid through there. Let me actually get this through to the, no, don't do that. Do this. Yes, yes, yes. Let me get through here. Let me put this on the 4-hour as well. So we can just track this. I'll update this, like I said, on the Discord for Patreon members, so you guys have everything that you need. In terms of, so there we go, right that. So trying to break out above that. You break out above that. The next target is, so we are targeting 1088, right? That is the next target. That's how the channel works. These are the 2 levels. We're not just jumping to this. No, we're not just jumping to this. No. Defeat this, then go up. Okay? Like I said, on the 4-hour, there is a red dot showing potential sell side, but then you have, then this on the 4-hour does look more so bullish. So mixed signals, smoke screens, all that BS from market makers. They're just a bunch of gingers. They don't have souls. They, they just like to mess with people. I'm telling you, you got the sell side wall, trying to get above it, try to stay above it. You are making higher lows, right? Making higher lows, which is nice. Now go get a higher high, right? You've been making higher highs. Don't stop right here, because then you're going to build some bearish divergence. Right, then you're going to build some bearish divergence if you have a higher high on price and a lower high on RSI. That is not good. Right, let's zoom out a little bit right through here. Right, you got this close at 1059. You got to close at 1057. Well, it's still technically lower. You're trying to do something with it, something positive. The FOMC meeting is tomorrow. Right, there's some information on earnings today. It's like Nvidia, Tesla, Microsoft, the big tech companies. They have some earnings this week, so it's pretty important for the S&P and things of that nature, the NASDAQ. So as always, I thank you for stopping by. If you're interested in the free Discord, it'll be linked in the description. Community chart shares, we go back and forth, bearish, bullish, neutral. Everyone's welcome. We have also the paid Patreon version where, Tuesday through Thursday, you guys vote, exclusive content on Fridays. You guys get updated charts throughout the week, so you're not waiting on videos. Either way, I'd love to have you. As always, I thank you for stopping by. I thank you for your time. Take it easy. Peace.